In this video, I will be showing you how to set up the Freeform Sheets module. When you first load up Foundry, you'll be presented with this if you do not have Sheets configured already. In here, we'll just add a sheet. We're going to add a shadow dark sheet to use with the 5e system. So we just give it a simple name. To find our sheets, we will put it in the sheets folder and use this one. It will open up the configuration for it. This looks good to me. You can change the size of your sheet if you want it smaller on your screen. We'll just leave it at 100%. Confirm this. Then you have the sheet. We'll create a template actor, which will give us our first sheet that we're going to work with. Now, if we want to add things that we want to add to everybody's sheet, like our strength score, we can right click and then type at, right click again, find our abilities, strength, value, confirm, and now 10's there. You can use the mouse wheel while hovering over the text to change the size. And we can see that if we go to our template actor and set his strength to 12, the value changes also on the sheet. If you want to do this more quickly, you can hold Control when you right click and it'll bring this up automatically. So we'll just go ahead and do one more. Let's do Dex. Resize that. If we want to do the mods, we do the same thing. Abilities, strength, mod, confirm. Okay, we have a 1 there. Let's say we want that to say +1. We can go here and add a minus in front of that, and it's good. Now with fields you can change, you can double click and it'll bring up a strength value change. So if I do that and then change this to 13 and save it, it's also 13 here. The value is saved. That was supposed to be a plus. And that's all there is to it. If you want to put the name, you can also do @name. So see, that's the name of the actor. You can do that with any field. So let's say we have a race field. I assume that is in details, race. If it's blank, it'll stay blank until you give it a value. Obviously, make this a human, and it's there. It's a little hard to double click things that aren't there, but you can always change the values on your sheet. Now, let's say we have some items that we want to add. So let's give this human a axe. So he has an axe. We can drag that axe into his attacks. We can click on it to see it, but that's not going to do anything. Let's say we want to give that a roll. So let's say this is a roll 1d20 plus at strength mod, just like you would with a normal inline roll. You need double squares. You can then click that and it'll do the roll. That's actually not correct. Oh, it's ability strength value. Okay. Ability strength. There, now we've got it. Now we're rolling. So that's a really simple way to set that up. If you don't like the icons here, you can right click the font button to do that. So let's say this sheet's a little bright for your users. We can do a sheet filter, invert the sheet so it's gray now. Text is no longer readable, so we'll also configure the font to be white. And now we've got a dark sheet. And that about covers it. I'm showing you how to set character values, modify values by double clicking them, set up inline roles, set up links to items by dragging them to the sheet. And that's about all there is to it. Now when you create actors, let's say you have a new character and you want this person to have a freeform sheet. Currently it's blank. You can right click the character and apply the shadow dark template, and then their sheet will have all the values from them, and you can apply the template as many times as you want so if you make a change to your sheet and you want to reapply the template, it won't overwrite the fields that were already there. Now a couple more things. You can lock the sheet, so if you don't want to accidentally drag your stuff around when you're clicking on it, this will keep you from doing that. Also, you can't add fields in locked mode. If the sheet's too small for you, you can scale it up, reset the scale. If you have a field that has no value in it, so let's say we put a new field here that has your ideal, yeah. So you can't see that field, but if you go to fix sheet, it'll show you all the fields and you can hover over it and it will highlight which field that is. And you can see that you do have ideals. It's right there where that dot is, but it's got no value. So if you've got a field that's not showing up and you want to delete it, you can just come in here and it's gone. And there's also this help which shows you all the controls for doing everything I've shown you here and how most of it works. So if you have something that you don't quite understand, you can always use that as a reference.